Buying or selling? First name up, D'Angelo Russell.
Buying. D'Lo,
Buying.
he is so pissed off at Timberwolves right now.
Buying.
He's definitely gone.
Buying.
I actually, you know what? Because you sent me, Joel, the list of topics, and it was the trade machine at first. And D'Angelo, it's crazy you say D'Angelo Russell first because he was the person that I had in one of my trades. I think, let me bring it up real quick. My bad. I think that D'Angelo Russell should get traded to the Lakers.
Here we go.
D'Angelo,
There you go. You love him on the Lakers. No, this is the one guy in the whole NBA you don't want on the Lakers.
Why?
You gotta talk to your man.
We've got a history,
Dude, why
man.
you don't want him on the Lakers? Magic was the one. Magic
weren't
was
even
the
a
one
Lakers
that
fan
like
at that
D'Lo. Magic is gone now, so he can come back.
You weren't a Lakers
I say
fan.
D'Lo.
Once I become a fan, the history comes with me.
I'm crying.
I say D'Lo and Taurean Prince for Russ in one of those first rounders.
Just one.
Now look, the reason that I say that is because
Does that
right
make it
now, the Timberwolves, I believe, are 6th in pace. The Lakers are 2nd. You plug in Russ into that offense. I feel like he's just a better fit around when Cat, especially when Cat comes back. He's better putting pressure on the rim. They have a bunch of shooters around him. You know how Russ likes to get the big man involved. He gets Rudy Gobert better, more looks, better touches. I feel like it's just a better situation for him. Also, you talk about contracts. They're both unrestricted free agents. Now, D'Lo is probably going to be looking to make around the same amount of money that he's already making right now, which is $30 million, while Russ is up in age. I'm sure he knows at this point in his career he's not going to be making no bag like he is. He's the second highest paid player in the league right now. I'm sure he knows he's going to have to take a pay cut. So Russ could go back to the Timberwolves on a lower contract, probably like $15 million. It just saves both teams money. It solves both the teams' problems, I feel like, which is, like I said, the Timberwolves are already a high-paced team. You put Russ in, who's a high-paced player, I feel like you can get more out of everybody around them. And then with the Lakers, obviously, their number one problem right now is three-point shooting. D'Lo's immediately a better fit to the team than Russ is. You get Taurean Prince right now who's shooting 40% from three, even though he's already played. He's only played, I believe, 20 games, but he's not getting the minutes that he would want. The Lakers need bigger wings. Besides LeBron, LeBron is playing the 4 and the 5 with AD out. And even when AD comes back, I'm sure LeBron doesn't just want to play the 4 or the 5 at minutes when AD's not in the game. So give them a bigger wing. Taurean Prince is 6'7", 6'8". Again, he's still shooting 40% from three. So 2 3-point shooters for them, I feel like that solves their problems. Both teams' problems.
He said some things.
He spit.
I'm not going to lie. If this was September,
Look at him hurt.
October, let's trade Russ. Looking at how the Lakers been playing,
I don't disagree with this
and
statement
Russ's
at all.
impact
You're right.
to the Lakers.
Correct.
I don't think that's a net positive for the Lakers. I think Russell Westbrook is a pivotal part of the Lakers, and I don't think that swapping him out for a player of like D'Lo is going to help.
Should Russ been 6
But
man of the year?
look. So the problem with that is, I don't know if you saw the game last night, and it happens every single time the Lakers get in a late game situation and Darvin Ham plays Russell Westbrook too many minutes. When Russ is on the floor, just watch how the teams and they're making the big man shade Russ and guard Russ. LeBron is virtually getting double teamed on every single possession. I love Russ, and he's again second. The Lakers are second in pace. A lot of that is because of Russ. Russ likes to push the ball, but when it comes down to late game situations, you cannot have Russell Westbrook in the game. He completely he's a non-floor spacer when they already have no floor spacing. You keep Russ on the floor. LeBron is getting double team, triple team, trying to make. That's why he played so badly last night. He's forcing shots up with people on him, and Russ is just out there like he's nothing he can do. And even down the stretch, we know he's a bad decision maker. So I just feel like you fix a lot of those problems with Russ. You put him on a team with a bunch of other shooters on him, which Timberwolves have. And Edwards is a good shooter. McDaniels, Cat is a good 3-point shooter. They still have people on the bench like Bryn Forbes who can shoot the ball. So you can bring them in, move around Russ. Russ is running the offense. Let Russ be Russ in an offense like that. More so mainly I just noticed how the Lakers play when Russ is on the floor down the stretch. And they've lost a lot of, like the Portland game early in the season that they lost. The game last night they lost. And even the game against the Celtics that they lost down the stretch when Russ is on the floor when the game, the Lakers played the Celtics. Yeah, it went to overtime. Like, I just noticed how Russ is being guarded and how it just completely messes up the flow of the offense.
Yeah.
You have D'Lo on the floor, you have Taurean Prince on the floor, you go and get other shooters. Russ is gonna have to go regardless, just because of that contract. I understand what y'all are saying as a six man, him coming in and pressing the pace, and the Lakers have a problem where they're down in a lot of games, and they're down a lot of games in the start of the second half, and he's a big reason for that. Bringing him back in with, like I said, his pace again, him just ushering the offense. But at the same time, he is also a detriment. In the contract he's making, he's the second highest paid player in the league. They have to trade Russ if the Lakers want to be successful. If they want to, be, because Drew, you keep on talking about how they're going to make the playoffs, and I agree, with or without the deal, they're eventually, I think that they can get into the playoffs. But if they want to have a ceiling that's higher than the first round, Russ has to go.
I have difficulty with that. Listen, what you're saying is facts with the way that they defend Russ, but that's also due in part to the fact that we have no three-point shooting. When Troy Brown's your best three-point shooter, you're in trouble. I mean, that's the God's honest
truth. To get
truth.
better three-point shooting,
but
he takes up a third of the salary on the team. He has to go.
He's only here for just this year.
Yeah, that's my disagreement with that. Is that Russ is on an expiring deal, so I don't think his contract matters beyond this season. And I think that D'Angelo Russell is not the player that you want to bring in if you're looking for a clutch gene or a steady point guard. And given his style of play, I don't know if it fits best to LeBron. He's a player that needs to get a rhythm, that needs to have the ball in his hands. He's a volume shooter. That's what he is. And if you relegate him to like a spot-up role, I think the inconsistencies with D'Lo are going to show much more. He's a negative defender. I don't think that helps Minnesota. This spacing you're talking about Minnesota, they don't got no spacing. Edwards is an average three-point shooter. McDaniels is an average, below average three-point shooter. I would say more so average. Cat, yes, he's a great three-point shooter, but I mean, you're having Russ and Gobert starting. I mean, that doesn't sound good.
The Timberwolves clearly would have to be playing for next season. I don't know. I mean, at that point, you're trading. That's
what I said they're both unrestricted.
I like the Heat for D'Lo.
I like the Heat for D'Lo also. That makes sense.
But the Heat are also interested in everybody.
Because I think Kyle Lowry's is past his prime. I don't think he's really good anymore. Yeah.
Well, what does D'Lo do for the Heat that Kyle Lowry can't?
It gives him another scoring option who can also play.
It doesn't change their ceiling.
He can score it better.
Kind of does. It kind of does.
How?
Because what they've missed in the playoffs was a second reliable option. D'Lo's not. He's not. But Tyler Hero should be. And Bam has improved as a scorer as well.
Well, D'Lo's your fourth option?
Exactly. And D'Lo being your fourth, you take that to the crib.
Who's the third?
Jimmy, Bam, Hero.
It's Bam and Hero. That's two.
I like Lowry's defense. He's steady. Good playmaker. He hasn't been bad this year.
But D'Lo's a good playmaker too. So you're not losing that much.
Lowry's significantly better.
You're getting a really good three-point shooter, better three-point shooter. The efficiency hasn't been there this season.
I just don't see Kyle Lowry. He knows the system. He fits the Miami coach. I don't see the big difference.
But I think you can have D'Lo for years. Where I think Lowry's coming to an end.
I don't think you want either for years.
I don't disagree.
No,
but you would rather
D'Lo
because he's younger.
No, I don't think you want either.
I think you're being rude to both.
Give me D'Lo over Lowry any day.
No, I agree. But what if Kyle Lowry retires this year? You're all right. You're cool with it. Like whatever.
Yeah, but then now at least you have a backup option.
I wouldn't want to be stuck with D'Lo. A D'Lo Hero backcourt. I'm not really moved by that.
It's not bad though.
It's not, but I still.
There's worse. Significantly, there has to be.
The league,
well, the Heat have to get better, and that makes them better.
D'Lo makes them better.
Yeah, I think he makes them better.
The Heat are the 8 seed right now. With D'Lo, what did they move up to?
That's what I'm saying. Like, how better does it make them?
Well,
better than Indiana?
They're playing the Nets, Celtics, Bucks.
The Heat are a top 6 team in the East. They've just been injured.
Okay, so
they're top 6 team in the East.
If it doesn't, but if that move doesn't make them one of the top teams, it shouldn't matter.
I mean, it's a deal.
It does make them better
because they're in the second tier. They're not in the. D'Lo does not move them to tier 1.
But I feel
with
like
the 5 teams
would it be a Lowry for?
Is there any?
You have a better chance with D'Lo than with Lowry? Is what I'm saying.
There's not many great players available that are going to elevate you that significantly.
I think that's why Pat Riley doesn't do anything because
they're always in trade talks with literally every player in the NBA. It just doesn't get done.
Next player is Jordan Clarkson. Buying or selling him?
Selling.
I don't know what the Jazz can do.
Jazz can get a first round pick.
So you don't think he'll get traded, JD?
I think he will. I think the team that strikes me the most is probably like the Bucks. I think the Bucks need a off the bench scorer like that.
Selling means trading, right?
No.
Yeah.
In this situation,
selling.
No.
So selling means trading them.
No, in this situation, you're
are
selling
you
the idea
Are
of
you
trading
buying
them.
that he will get traded?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am buying
Utah.
it.
I'm selling him.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Some team. There is a team. I feel like there is going to be a team out there. Come trade deadline. Somebody's going to waste the first rounder on them.
Yeah.
I think
Probably.
that. Look,
LA
I think
might
the
be them.
Bucks. The Bucks would be a great fit because they need more ball handlers. I think the Mavericks
Shot
too.
creator.
You know, we've seen that they had Jalen Brunson last year. Dinwiddie come off the bench. With the Mavericks, you have Dinwiddie now starting, and now Clarkson could come off the bench for them. And I think that would relieve a lot of pressure off of Luka. But yeah, you know, I think the Suns could be another one. They need a shot creator.
I think he's in the middle of both. I think Utah doesn't mind keeping him.
They
They
offered him a contract.
Yeah, but I think if they can get a first, it's not a big deal. But I think he fits.
Do they need first? They don't need him.
They could just use him. You know,
Might as well.
Yeah, I think
Jordan Clarkson's still young enough where you can still have him be a part of your
that's
young core.
well, he's 30, but
Is he 30 at this point already?
I think he's.
We're getting old, man. No way.
We're old.
There's no way he's 30.
No way.
Actually, no, he probably is 30 because he came into the league
at
at like
22.
23. Yeah. Okay.
30.
Damn, yo.
He is 30. That's crazy.
Yo, that's OD.
I
I'm
played 2K a lot. Though. I
shocked.
played 2K.
He came in the
a lot.
league in 2014.
We're getting old.
He was a
bro.
4-year player.
We're getting
Was he a
old.
4-year player? Might have been 3. But yeah, I think they're in the middle of both. I think they would keep him, but if it's a deal good enough, they'll move him.
So
Yeah.
shout out
If they
to
get
Kill
a first
Moves.
rounder, they're moving on him for sure.
Yeah.
Clarkson's
Shout out
good.
to Kill Moves donating $9.99. I'm a big Spider Mitchell guy. Best shooting guard in the league. What move do you guys think the Cavs need to make to be a true top contender in the East? To me, they have too many one-dimensional wings. So that's
They don't have any wings.
Yeah,
that's
they
an
need a wing. That's the
interesting comment
issue.
because there are rumors of Tim Hardaway Jr. potentially being on the Cavs. The Cavs are eyeing him. But I think there's also some good wings on the market right now. You have Tim Hardaway Jr. is one of them. Buddy Hield is another one. Bogdanovich is another one. So the Cavs have some options.
Detroit said they're not moving Bogdanovich. They said they want to keep their vets.
It's kind of nuts.
Dumb.
Listen,
It's kinda
I'm just
nuts.
telling y'all what they said.
I
I
That's
mean,
pretty
he's
wild.
like their lone vet, so I understand.
Burks
Facts.
I like Brooks.
and Nerlens Noel. He's good too. They said they want to keep them all.
Lakers interested.
Again,
in
if a
Nerlens
team
Noel.
throws out a first, just like Jordan Clarkson, if a team throws a first rounder to the Pistons who are taking
Oh
their
yeah.
They should.
Yeah, they're
They
taking
are
it.
taking it. And I feel like a team. There are teams that are out there that are desperate enough that need wing shooting, that need wing depth, that will send out.
I think Cleveland for Cleveland, that move has to be Bogdanovich. If you want to go to the next level, it shouldn't be Clarkson. It
Sadiq
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't be
Bey's
Tim
not
Hardaway
moving you?
Jr. No, it shouldn't be Sadiq Bey. It's that Bogdanovich. That move is the one that puts you like, all right.
Because he can create his own shot and he can also spot it really well.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have to explain to me why Bojan would be great. I mean, Bojan's a savage. I love him on the Lakers.
Miles Turner buying or selling.
Wouldn't you love?
D'Lo.
Selling. I don't think the Pacers are gonna make the move.
I'm
I'm trying to
buying.
re-sign him.
I'm buying. The contract issue really is one of the main reasons why I'm high on them moving them, on them moving him. Excuse me.
We have a road win.
And I
Selling.
just
I
think
say selling.
It was the Spurs. But
Yeah, I don't think he's getting traded.
Fourth one
either.
on the year.
Yeah, I don't think he's even
Yo,
traded.
fourth one is crazy.
Now,
Take it, bro.
Buddy Hield.
I'm buying
Same.
also.
Say,
I think Indiana's in.
I don't know.
think
man.
they're in with this
I
team.
agree. I
I
don't
think
think
they're gonna roll with it.
Indiana's trading either one of
I think
them.
they're in with this group. I think they think they can compete. They're in with this group, and none of them are on big,
Yeah,
hefty
they're
contracts.
team-friendly players.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think,
sure.
I think they're in on. I think and everybody in Indiana's staying. I'm sorry.
I feel like if Buddy Hield was getting traded, I feel like it would have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that they're having some success too.
Jay Crowder.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what he said the other day, today,
What?
about how it's not about the money, it's about how the coaches don't respect him and shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They kicked them out of the Suns from what I was reading.
Mhm.
That they
Damn.
kicked them out.
He's
actually
got
did
to get
some-
moved. I mean,
I
he's
think a player
whether he
like
doesn't play.
that, I have 3 destinations that I think would be really good Jay Crowder destinations. One of them is the Cavs.
for sure.
That's for sure.
Makes a lot of sense.
The Sixers, I think the Sixers could use some defensively, and also just like another heart and soul of the team. I know they have PJ Tucker there, but another guy that's a PJ Tucker. And I think the Kings, the Kings are a really good fit for Jay Crowder. I actually made a trade on 2K last night. I was up at like 4 a.m. and I decided to play 2K. And I traded on the Kings. I traded for Mason Plumlee. I think Mason Plumlee is a good backup center for the Kings. He and it was we're series
That's
is
John.
John was salivating at the idea of Mason Plumlee in Sacramento. But John Collins, buying or selling, he'll get traded.
It's every year.
I'm sorry.
I
Giving
don't
me
think
the
it's
Miles
gonna
Turner
happen.
vibe.
I don't think it's gonna
Buying.
I'm buying it. He will get traded.
This year is the year, though.
Finally
This is the
happens.
year.
Yeah,
Finally,
this is the
third
year.
year's the charm.
This is the
The
year
third
he's
year on
outta
the trade
there.
block.
That's how I feel about Miles, honestly. So I can understand why
The
we're
Lakers, right?
And he's and
Buddy Hield.
again, this is another
Take my
one. This is another one
27-29.
I trade
See
machine
ya.
for.
Apparently, I
what was the
saw
trade?
a report that their asking price has declined significantly for John Collins over the year.
Yeah.
Bring him to LA.
Yeah, the value's definitely gone down.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your trade machine, JD?
I was gonna say, so I think this again helps the. I think it was, I forget who it was in the chat. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on your name, but Nico. I think it was Nico in Discord. He was saying, you're gonna fix the Hawks, fix them. So I feel like DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder, in a second rounder for Justin Holiday, John Collins, and Okongwu. I don't know how realistic that is, but I think the Hawks need to change. Obviously, need to get Collins up out of there. I think the Suns. I know for a fact DeAndre Hunter is not happy with the Suns. I just know how he was talking about the Suns early in the season and how him and Monty Williams weren't talking. And I just feel like he's not happy there. He wants to change the scenery, and he already signed the contract with the Pacers until they matched it. So obviously, I don't think he wants to be there. So yeah, you fix some of the Hawks' problems. You get DeAndre Ayton and Trae Young in a pick and roll.
I feel like, yes, that definitely would work for the Hawks. I don't know if the Suns accepting that.
Yeah, I don't know if Collins
you get Okongwu, you get Collins, you get some young pieces that you can somewhat build around with Chris Paul in his final days and Devin Booker. Again, I don't know how realistic that is for happening, but I would like to see it. So but I do think at the end of the day, I think John Collins does get moved. I don't know where, but I think it happens.
DeAndre Ayton is one of those players that he's gonna get traded, and everybody's gonna think he's gonna improve to this great player, and he's always just gonna be the same.
Yeah, he's average
he's been good.
Yeah, he's a solid player.
He's not an all-star.
No, but he's one of the better centers in the league.
The center position.
I don't disagree.
No, I don't think
you
so.
could say you could say that.
I don't think he plays at all-star level. I like a lot of centers.
Basically, a double-double, averages almost 20 points a game.
Yeah.
Well, I like Jokic. I like Embiid. I like Sabonis. I like Bam Adebayo. I like Kat over him too.
There's so many players.
Claxton or Ayton?
I like Lopez for fit too. Yeah.
Claxton or Ayton?
It's very close.
JD, you gonna hate me for this? JD, you gonna hate me for this one, but I like Kevon Looney over DeAndre Ayton. I'll be honest with you guys.
Oh my goodness!
Championship DNA.
The John Collins. There was a trade discussed between the Jazz and the Hawks. They discussed Vando and Beasley for John Collins. I think the Jazz would be crazy.
That's
to
it.
make that deal. Yeah.
Look at Looney right now.
If John Collins is going for that, then shit.
Oh my God.
Are you buying or selling Pascal Siakam getting traded?
I'm buying.
Selling.
I don't think he
There's
gets
no
moved.
way in hell the Raptors.
The Raptors.
There's no way he gets traded.
Send them boys out.
Nah,
Unless
you want
realistically sell it.
Unless the
Trent or Fred.
Mavs throw them a ridiculous
They
deal.
don't even have a deal to throw at them.
No,
Trash bag.
multiple firsts.
Reggie Bullock.
Multiple firsts.
We'll give you Reggie Bullock, Tim Hardaway Jr.
Vincent
4
Dinwiddie,
And,
Reggie Bullock.
Yeah.
Last name Bojan Bogdanovic.
Apparently, they're not interested in moving him.
I'm
Probably
buying.
should.
They're
Probably
going to
should
moving
move
him.
him.
They're going to trade
I
him.
think they're going to trade him too.
I'm going to sell. I think he stays.
That's what it sounds like from Detroit. They don't want to move him.
Did you guys hear that the Pacers are also looking to move Chris Duarte? They're open to trading him.
Oh, they're lottery pick. He's 26. Been in the league 2
I'm
years.
about to say he's like 30, ain't he?
Yeah.